Boom shakalaka, a huge day for Bitcoin today, up almost 14%. Its largest single daily positive candle in over a year, breaking a multi-month long downtrend. Today's video, we're going to be taking a look at exactly why this happened, plus where price is likely to go, why these moves seem to happen so darn violently, and what one Bitcoin could be worth in 10 years. You'll definitely want to stay tuned. What's up everyone, Randall here from Crypto Love. Today's video, we are taking a look at this massive Bitcoin move today, where it came from, what it means, and where it could be going in the next few years. Before we get into it, guys, make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell. Also come join us over on Twitter at the Crypto Love. And guess what? Bouncing up alongside Bitcoin price is the Bitcoin Fear and Greed, now in neutral for the first time in about a week or a month even. And Bitcoin price up 14% today. The whole entire market up 11%. Bitcoin at 43,230, Ethereum at 29.12, BNB at 393, XRP at 77 cents. Terra Luna jumping up massively, up 25% to $88. Cardano 96 cents, Solana at $97, and Avalanche at $87. Another huge gainer, up 20%. Now Bitcoin has broken out of this multi-month downtrend it's been in since the beginning of November, has finally broken out. And if we take a look at the regular candles instead of the hike and a cheese, we can see that potentially we might find support on top of this, which will allow Bitcoin price to go up. Now, the bigger thing to note is that if we do find support here and continue past $46,000, there's a 97% chance Bitcoin is going to $64,000. Now, why do I say that? Well, because we have bottom one here, bottom two here, confirmation point here. Once we break that confirmation point, well, there's a 97% chance that we will be in for 40% gains, which would put us right at $64,000. So how did this happen to Bitcoin? Well, we were talking yesterday about 61.7% of the Bitcoin supply has not moved in at least a year. The last time this happened, Bitcoin went up 600% from $10,000 to $65,000. So it was only a matter of time before Bitcoin took off. Not only that, but we were taking a look at the entity adjusted dormancy flow, and every time it's down in this green band, this signals a higher low, a macro higher low that the price never fell below. It happened here, 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 and here. Well, it just happened recently down there in the, I don't know, $34,000 area. So yeah, potentially price not falling below there. Not only that, but the S&P drawdowns of 10% or more marked Bitcoin bottoms 4 times before, and it just marked another one at $32,000. Every time it was above $10,000 here, this red line above 10,000, every time that was a bottom. So a lot of indicators signaling that this is the bottom potentially sent the price up. If we take a look at the 2-week Chaikin money flow, it's broken decisively back into bullish territory. So this is the CMF, the Chaikin money flow. Every time it goes from negative to positive, if we take a look, those are pretty much the lowest areas before Bitcoin price shoots up. And we just had another one that just happened, so likely the lowest area before Bitcoin price shoots up. Plancy also saying that, hey, this isn't the top. We're not even close to the top. We're really just in a mid-cycle corrective support that we've seen in previous cycles, particularly in the 2013 cycle where we had a double top there. Well, this is just the intermediate stage before the second top is coming, because what happened while the price went down is basically the Bitcoin just moved from weak hands, paper hands, to the diamond hands. That's basically all that happened. So if we take a look, the URPD, or the UXTO realized price distribution on November 9th, when we were at the top, well, you could see that a lot more people bought in way up here. You could see this big area here. Now, if you take a look at the red line, that's where we are now. Well, it shrunk quite a bit. So a lot of those paper hands, a lot of people who bought the top, they sold. They panic sold on the way down. And guess what? Look at this big giant floor we now have around $38,000, likely to be the next price floor. Because if we take a look right now, everybody is accumulating. This is crazy. Blue across the board. This shows how much they're accumulating. Blue indicates they're adding to their balances. Red indicates they're not accumulating. We can see pretty much everybody, except for the massive whales, the massive whales. Everybody else is accumulating. So that brings us to this chart here. The last 2 times we had prolonged periods of negative funding rates, well, it didn't end too well for the shorts. We saw negative funding rates, short squeeze, negative funding rates, short squeeze, negative funding rates, well, potentially another short squeeze. Because if we take a look at the past week, the reason why the market moves so violently, these huge candles up or down, is basically just because of amateur margin traders getting liquidated over and over again, and they have to cover their positions, and that sends the price either plummeting down or shooting up, as we've seen multiple times previously. So that brings us to what Bitcoin could potentially be in 10 years' time. Because I put this chart together, this shows us basically Bitcoin's returns over its history. As you can see here, basically, Bitcoin has over 100% year-on-year returns if you just set it and forget it, hold it Ron Popeil style. So potentially, if you just buy one Bitcoin spot today, don't do margin because then you'll get liquidated like these chumps right here. But if you buy one Bitcoin spot, or as much as you can, but we're just using one Bitcoin for this thing today. If you buy one, hold it for 10 years. Guess what? The price today, 43,231. You don't buy any more ever for 10 years, but you just buy it, you put it in cold storage, you forget about it for 10 years as you're working, moving on with your life. You come back in 10 years with that 100% year-on-year return. And this is not unreasonable, guys. I took a look at it over all of time, and there's very few times where it wasn't actually. All this green is 100% year-on-year return. This dark green is over 200% year-on-year return. The red is negative, which very rarely happens, and the white is between 0 and 100%, but you can see is usually above 50% returns annually. Well, if you just hold your Bitcoin investment for 10 years, look at that. $641 million could likely be the price of one Bitcoin in 10 years. Could you imagine that? 2032 and Bitcoin's worth $641 million. You ever want to be a millionaire? Could there be an easier way? I don't know. Just hold Bitcoin and don't worry about the hodling, the price falls, the price going up, everything else that the price does. So that's all for today's episode. If you did enjoy, make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell. I'll catch you later. Have a good one. Peace.